freshest syrup you'll ever try.
Don't just take his word for it. You have to taste it to believe it.
Oh my God, wow. That's amazing.
This cup of syrup was made by Shawn Massey, who since 2009 has produced quality maple products for the public to enjoy.
My father started making maple syrup when I was really small, and I have memories back when he used to make the syrup. I didn't really help him, but I did enjoy being in the shanty. So when this opportunity came to buy some property out here, we decided to tap 50 trees and 100 trees and just kept growing and growing over the last 15 years.
Today, Massey Ranch taps up to 1,500 trees across 40 acres of land. And to keep the syrup as fresh as it is, one of the most important things for Shawn is to protect the trees in his woods.
Our woods are very important to us. We can't just replant a maple tree if we lose one. These trees are 50 years old, 70 years old. So we really are a good steward of our forest because that's what produces the sap we need to make syrup. You can make maple syrup out of a lot of different species of maple trees. You have sugar maples, which are the best. They have the highest concentration of sugar. But you can also do red maples like people have in their front yards. You can do silver maples. There's a lot of different species of maples that you can make maple syrup out of.
Not bad. Not bad. It's a little weak, but that was good. That was a good job.
Making maple syrup is, kind of complicated, but I'll break it down to, we tap the trees in early spring. We have to wait for the sap to drip out of the tree. We need sap to make syrup. But the problem with making maple syrup, it takes 40 gallons of sap out of the tree to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. So it's a long process of boiling on the evaporator.
A long process that has become far simpler as technology for making syrup gets more advanced.
Evaporators have changed dramatically, more efficient, new ways for us to put bubblers in them to make lighter syrup. There's a lot of technology all the time. And you can even think about buckets back in the day. If you might not know, but buckets were the way we gathered sap traditionally for 100 years. They used buckets. Now we use tubing. We actually suck it out of the trees. And again, our yield increases as technology does. So I can get twice as much sap out of a tree now than I could have 5 years ago with buckets.
What makes the process most special to Shawn is getting to teach the public how they produce the syrup. And when Maple Weekend rolls around, Shawn gets to do just that.
The reason to check out Maple Weekend is if you've never seen how we do it. That's the biggest key to it, is people do not realize how we do it. And after they see how you make maple syrup, they just leave with a big smile and they just really enjoy how nature makes this natural product for us. You can do this at home on a turkey fryer. That's how I started. You can just get a turkey fryer, you tap a few trees in your front yard, and just keep adding sap, boiling it down, add sap, boil it down until it hits 219 degrees and you have maple syrup. And then the other scale, you can really make a lot of money if you have a lot of taps. You get up into 20,000 taps, 30,000 taps. That scale is profitable. And there's some big sugar houses downstate that are tapping hundreds of thousands of trees and making a big industry out of it.
It's an industry Massey encourages people to take advantage of when shopping for maple products.
If you don't have access to a local sugar house like we have here or near you, get the stuff at the sugar house. You'll notice it's a little lighter. So if you go to the supermarket, most of their syrups, even though this is 100% maple syrup, it'll be darker. That's because it's made in a big factory that kind of taps trees and cooks it a little different fashion that makes it a little darker syrup. But the one thing you gotta remember, always buy real 100% maple syrup. There is some fake stuff in the supermarket, but the only ingredient in maple syrup is maple syrup.
In Watertown for WPBS Weekly, I'm Luke Smith.